what are the characteristics of Batman that drew you to Batman? I mean,
Well, Batman has the best costume in comics. That's number one. He's amazing looking, right? The cape and the ears and the everything about him is cool looking. You wanna look at him and you want to dress like him, right? If you could like dress up like Batman, just stare at yourself in a mirror all day, that would be the dream, right? But it doesn't stop there. Gotham City is an interesting place, and a lot of writers have added to it and made it an interesting place. But I think ultimately for me, Batman has the best rogues gallery in comics. He's got, like you go 12, like some superheroes, you get maybe 6 villains deep, and you're like, okay, I can't think of really anybody good. Like Superman has a horrible rogues gallery. It's terrible for like one of the greatest characters in American literature. He has such dumb villains. Some of them are just terrible. But the only character that rivals Batman is Spider-Man. Spider-Man has an amazing rogues gallery as well. But Batman, his characters are scary and they're messed up. But they can also be played for kind of fun. Like the Joker works as kind of a silly clown character, but he also works as a homicidal psychopath. And I think that flexibility is what makes them, and visually they're amazing, right? Like people love to draw those characters, and little kids love to draw them. Like if a little kid wants to draw your character, you're onto something.
Right. So is it the fact that, like, because Batman's he's my favorite Batmans are the one where he's smart,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's
Well,
smarter than the bad guys.
Batman works in so many different genres. That's the other amazing thing about him. I think it's a Frank Miller quote. He says, Batman is the unbreakable diamond, which is you can put Batman in any situation, put him in any scenario, any story genre, and he always works. You could do a romance story about Batman, it would work. You can do a horror movie story version of Batman, it works. You can do a sci-fi version of Batman, it works. You can do a hard-boiled crime version of Batman, it works. And you can even change his costume around. I mean, if you're a toy collector or a comic book reader, Batman has like a bazillion different visual versions of him, right? And yet it always works. There's something about the silhouette of Batman that is so powerful and just so captures the imagination of fans that it's amazing. It is a near perfect creation.
Okay. Wow. Fair enough. But I have to say, so he can be anything. He can be a
Yeah, he
detective.
has
He
been
can
anything.
be all right.
He can be
So
for kids, he can be for adults, he can be for anybody.
okay, so he's in space.
Yep.
He's solving crime.
Yep.
He's a scientist.
Yep.
He's a computer genius.
Yep.
He's an athlete.
Yep.
He's I'm trying to think of, like, is he a mechanic? Is he an
Yep.
engineer?
Sure. Yeah.
Uh,
Delta Batmobile, right? And
okay.
some stories.